when you are the occupation. The people here at AIPAC, they're concerned about terror. They should look at the idea, because that's terror. That's state terrorism on the Palestinian people. And I am privileged, I know that I'm privileged, because I was the oppressor, and I can't imagine the experience of the Palestinian people, but I've seen it in the eyes of the people that I was facing when I had to implement the occupation in Palestine. And honestly, I mean, the people here at AIPAC, I'm sure the thousands of them that walk in, a lot of them don't know what the raw Jews were good for something. But this is not. It's not good for anything. Because this organization, AIPAC, is only fomenting more war and more violence. And there is no safety to Israel through occupation. And there is no safety to Israel through warmongering and saber-rattling. There's no safety to Israel through nuclear weapons. And if anybody here is concerned about nuclear weapons, they should work for a nuclear-free Middle East. No nuclear weapons to Iran. Before that, no nuclear weapons to Israel. If this is ridiculous, we're talking about Iran reaching the capability to build a potential nuclear weapon, while Israel has hundreds of warheads ready to deploy at any minute. This is not helping Israel. This is the single most destabilizing element in the Middle East. Nothing does more harm to stability in the Middle East and to peace in the world than the nuclear arsenal of Israel and the occupation of the Palestinian territories. If the people walking into AIPAC, if the politicians coming here to speak to AIPAC actually want to have peace in the Middle East and peace for Israelis, even if they do not care for Palestinians, if they only care for Israelis and Jews, the best way to safeguard Israelis, to safeguard Jews, is to arrive at justice in the Middle East. As we all know, there cannot be peace without justice, and there cannot be justice as long as Israel continues to occupy the Palestinian people and continues to threaten the entire region. And I'm speaking to you as an Israeli. I don't think that AIPAC is out there to protect Israel. I have family in Israel. I don't think AIPAC is looking out for my family. I'm concerned for my family because Israel is going to war, and Israel is dragging the U.S. into war. We cannot stand for this, and I want to think that most of the Jews and the other supporters of AIPAC who walk in here are just misguided. I don't think they're bad people. Like Medea said, the values that are promoted by AIPAC are not Jewish values. So I don't think most of the Jews that walk in here really want to kill innocent people. They really want to dispossess people. I think they're misguided. But AIPAC has been cynically guiding the United States into war. We've seen it in Iraq, and now it's going down with Iran. We have to stand up to this, and I really hope that the U.S. elected officials think about the benefit of the American people. We have politicians like Eric Cantor who are beyond redemption. We've seen Eric Cantor go to Benjamin Netanyahu and tell him, oh, forget our president. We'll make sure that your agenda goes through Congress. We need to talk to our politicians to stand up for our well-being. And Israel fomenting war with Iran is not going to serve the United States. It's just that it's not going to help us. We see all this money going through the war machine, through the war profiteers. We're here. We don't have health care. We don't have health education. We have crumbling bridges and crumbling roads and a crazy deficit. And we send more and more money into Israel, which is just subsidizing the military contractors here. And we have trillions of dollars in going into war with Afghanistan and war with Iraq. And now Iran, this is insane. We have to stop the wars, all the wars. If you really want peace for Israel, if you really want the security of the Israelis, only the Jews in Israel, and really if you want security of all the people in the Middle East and in the U.S., just stop with the wars and the occupations and demilitarize, remove all nuclear weapons from the entire world, but start with the Middle East. Start with Israel. Thank you.
So, I'm going to have an audience with the President. Mr. President, what do you say about peace in the Middle